What's up, everybody? Crazy 8's here with another Star Wars Vintage Collection toy review. This time we're looking at Luke Skywalker with his Endor gear on from Return of the Jedi. So let's take a look at the packaging, and then we'll get into the figure with his accessories. Alright, so you have this 50th anniversary of the Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Luke Skywalker, Endor. Here he is from the movie with the poncho on. Here is the figure with the poncho and the helmet and his accessories. Back of the box, you got a lot of wasted space with all this wording in different languages and stuff like that. More wording. Up here you have the products that are in this wave. You have Death Star Droid, Tusken Raider, and you have Luke. He is number 198 in this line. 50th anniversary Lucasfilms. Here's all this stuff down here. It's a timeline actually, which is really nice, which I didn't notice before. So it ends up with Solo 2021. Really good. So that's the packaging. Let's get them out. Well, this one came out pretty good with the blow dryer. Not as good as the last one, but pretty clean. Okay, so here he is out of the packaging, and I feel the older figures were more balanced than the newer ones. Like, so much easier to keep these guys standing up than the newer figures from the vintage line. But here he is. This is cloth goods for the poncho. He's wearing his black attire underneath it. It's got a hood too. Does that pop open? Does the helmet come off? No, it's all one piece. Does this come off? Does the poncho come off? No, it looks like it's attached. No, maybe not. I don't know. I'll mess with that later. But here he is with the poncho, kind of like a camouflage poncho, all in black. Like he appeared in Return of the Jedi. Let's take a look at the head sculpt. Does it give you more camel vibes? A little bit. But here's the helmet. I don't know how this is supposed to protect you in a battle. It looks kind of flimsy. There's his gloved hand, or his robot hand, his human hand. He's got wrist joints. But then underneath there he has his outfit. I don't think there is a place for his gun. Is there a holster? I don't think he had a holster. I don't know where he stored it, but he has a pistol with him. So let's take a look at his accessories. He comes with a couple. Yeah, now he won't stand after I said that, right? Gonna make me a liar now. All right, let's take a look at his accessories. All right, so he has he comes with 3 accessories. First one is his pistol. Silver with a brown handle. You have the holstered lightsaber, which has a tab right there that pegs into his belt, which you're gonna have to have fun looking for because it's hard to see in an all black outfit. But here's his lightsaber, which looks really good. Great detail and great paint too. And then finally, here's one where it's totally ignited. So you have 3 options, which is a great playable feature. It's the green blade, which I thought was badass in the movie. So yeah, those are his accessories. First, I didn't think there was a place for it, but it's right almost on the front of the belt where he could store it, but there's no place for the blaster, unfortunately. But you do have a place for the unignited lightsaber, which is great. So let's show you off what the weapons look like in his hands. Here you can have him holding them. This thing pops off. It's a very small peg port connection, and this is very sensitive and will fall off. You can get in some pretty good poses too with the articulation, which is nice. I want to see if you can hold both of them. I kind of get it in there. I just got to work the hands a little better, but He can hold him. Really good. But you can't get the hood over him. It's a little rough, but it kind of works. So here he is with his Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron figure. Very, very tiny. Here he is with Vader. Here he is with Han Solo, and damn it, these guys suck at standing up. Stormtrooper. Here he is next to Chewie. Yeah, he is small. He is. I don't have a Leia yet, but I'm working on that one. Finally, here he is next to Grogu. Just because he's one of my smaller ones. Alright, so that was my look at Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi from the Star Wars Vintage Collection. This is Luke when he was in Endor. This was one of my favorite scenes in the movie where he's flying around. Him and Leia are being chased by the Scout Troopers on the speed bikes. Two things that were introduced was the speed bikes and the Scout Troopers, which I love both. I really, to this day, I want to own a speed bike. Not a motorcycle, mind you, which is probably the equivalent of one, but a speeder bike. Those things are really, really badass. Anyway, I'm digressing. This guy comes with 3 accessories: lightsaber, ignited, unignited, that could be stored on his belt, and a gun that cannot be stored. But it's a really cool figure, great likeness to the character in the movie. The face, so-so. But yeah, I had this guy in my closet. I was cleaning it out. I found him. So I was like, hey, let me do a review on these guys since I started collecting the vintage line again this year. The goal is to start with the original trilogy, which is probably going to be tough because it looks like they're phasing it out and they're going for the movies, the recent stuff, the recent movies and TV shows. But I'm going to keep my eye out and try to get them. I'm a little late to the game. But anyway, that's it for this review. I hope you all enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy your toys. Crazy 8s is out.